Nobody's talking about the Amico. Don't worry. I got your medicine.
Hello, humans, and welcome to Gen X Gamer's Amico Countdown Show, a weekly series where we can go over the latest news on the Intellivision Entertainment's Amico console, with a healthy, skeptical eye on both sides of the debate, and all that delivered to you with zero e-begging, because this macho man loves to work. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer, the Amico Countdown. That's right. I think you guys like the intro change. I changed it that way the ninjas out there wouldn't be complaining about, it's not descriptive. Ninjas, I got a special episode for you coming up. Regardless, guys, there's a lot going on in the Intellivision Amico world on both sides of the aisle. So, let's start with issue 1, the Kotaku article.
The new gaming console that's become a giant car crash. Explained. Jeez. You know your PR has taken a hit when this is how an article starts. And my gosh, this is not good, guys. If you remember, one of my earlier criticisms of the company and its work was their handling of PR and them refusing not to hire a competent professional PR firm for all their media communications. And a lot of the criticisms that I made are now starting to become true. What's different about this article than others is that they are criticizing Tommy's behavior specifically and referencing the investment part of this company and how they're going around crowdfunding. This ties directly from not having a solid messaging and a professional PR firm handling this. But this is not good, guys. I mean, I'm no fan of Kotaku's or a lot of the articles they put out. However, they do have a wide outreach and major media picks a lot of their articles up. So this, in general, is not a good look.
Issue number 2, the name change. Well, is it? We don't know, guys. It's just a registration. But from all the research that Tony did, if you can look at his post and go check out his channel and his Twitter, by the way, he's got the receipts, right? He's got the filings there. So this could mean a couple of things. I know people like to take it all negative or all positive or all speculation. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, and let me tell you why. Let's say the Prism is a cell phone controlled console. That actually might be a good thing because then you don't have to worry about the controllers. It's more for adults. It's going to be strictly cell phone games or cell phone controlled games, right? Cell phone controlled games. And that would make the price of the console lower to what they said at first. So it might be another product completely that they're developing. We don't know, but what we do know is that they have applied for the name. Hopefully they will use it. At this point, it's just speculation on everybody's part, right? When I came out and spoke about it, I was talking about it from a collector's point of view, right? Because if they do change a name, then the products become more collectible. A couple of people were making points like, hey, wait a minute, they already printed these boxes. Yeah, but technically they didn't pay for them. Right? They were paid by another government, but I don't think that's the case. I think those could still be released, maybe under a deal, whatever. But certainly not owning the name before you launch a product is a really bad idea, business-wise, and that's just business 101. But again, this doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It could be a good thing. It could be a different product. We're going to have to wait and see, but speculating is half the fun, right? Guessing on what they're going to do is half the fun, but let's see what happens, right? Next topic.
Alright, guys, people are not talking about this as much, this price cut, but I think it's actually the most important piece of information this week, and the one that threatens the Amico the most. Nintendo is lowering their price to be more competitive with the Amico over in Europe. I'm sure they're not going to do it here in the US before Christmas, but they'll do it right after Christmas because they know that any other consoles are not going to come out pre-Christmas that are in direct competition with them, specifically the Amico. But if they lower their price within $10 of the Amico next year, that is going to be a huge problem for this company. They need to pivot. They're going to have to lower their price, or they're going to have to do something. Because if the choice for consumers is only $10 between the Switch and the Amico, they're dead in the water. This is actually a very, very threatening move by Nintendo. As the market leader, what you do is you squash the competition. You know, that's what you do. And somebody up there is going to have to make the big decisions. You know, they're going to have to earn their paycheck and make some sort of pivot to compete with this or counteract Nintendo's move next year. If not, there are going to be some dark times for the Amico. So this right here is really a threat. The next topic is job postings. We got these two here. It looks like the QA posting has already been filled.
You can see from those job postings, I want you to think about two things. Number one is that look at what they're offering for salary. That's pretty much in line with the higher end programmer that we're talking about, developer, what have you. So that's pretty consistent with their previous messaging. But I'm specifically interested in posting number 2 for the console QA. If you guys remember my first critique of the console, my first real critique when I was some people might say overly critical, but I wasn't. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to quality assurance. And if you can see this here, there's some things you can infer from this job posting. Number one, look at the salary. It's lower, right? So the standing of this person within the company is going to be lower than, of course, the people that are higher paid. That's not actually a good sign, because this position right here, I could tell you, if they want them to do all that and doing that correctly, is underpaid. That's what I can tell you from experience, right? For the amount of work that this company needs to do to establish those systems that are going to create a strong, and I mean a strong quality assurance methodology within the company, they're not spending the money on the personnel if that's a salary they're going to offer. It should be in line with the programmers, and if anything, you should be maybe letting go of a couple of guys that haven't been producing and provide a better quality atmosphere for the games that you are going to produce. In the long run, it will pay off.
Alright guys, welcome to the hater segment. Okay, we know that Tommy has his haters out there, and it doesn't matter what he does, he could cure cancer and they would still hate him for killing a life form, right? But I think there's things we can agree that he does that we don't like. So that's what this segment is for. To unite you in something that you don't like. I think we can all agree that one thing Tommy should not do is rap.
Yo, what's up, dog? This is Tommy T on the mic, sending out some righteous props to my homie, that Code Master.
And now for the positive Amico development of the week. They acquired the rights to Jungle Hunt, it looks like. And guys, sometimes you guys are a little rough with the old man cringe community. We have a great affinity for these old games. You have to remember, when we played these games, these are the graphics we were looking at, right? I love this game, and I have some great memories of this game because it allowed me to play an arcade cabinet in a place that was usually just filled with hoodlums and drug dealers and stuff. But when this cabinet came in, they all hated it. So they left, and us younger kids got to play it, and man, did we have a ball. And I hope to get somebody on this. Usual development time 2 years. Maybe in 2 years we'll see it. Hopefully they're successful and they're able to put it out. This and Retro Reimagined, man, that's the stuff that really gets to me and sometimes frustrates me. They have these great ideas, but the execution is not the best sometimes. But I really, really do wish that they put this one out, because it's something that I would be totally looking forward to. Alright guys, I also want to address that a lot of my comments are getting blocked by YouTube, and they're not giving me the option of approving them. As you can see here, you can read the comments. They're not necessarily offensive. They're just, people discussing different topics, saying different things. None of it seems to be like super offensive or anything, so I really don't know what's going on, other than telling you that YouTube is heavily censoring my content for whatever reason, So if there's something that you don't see there that you commented on, just try using, different words. Don't say people's names. Try not to cuss. I don't delete any comments because I like people engaging, and if you guys want to hate each other respectfully and lovingly, I'm more than for it. I think discourse is the way to go here, but just letting you know what YouTube is doing.
Just keep it respectful, because YouTube is heavily editing my comment section, specifically on these videos. Some of you, as soon as you post it blocks them. That's why I had to do the segment of block comments, because I'm not blocking them, but I can't approve them either. They're taking that out of my hands completely. So you can get your points across without linking websites. You can get your points across without naming names. If you can name a position or something like that, just be creative with your grammar, and I think everybody can understand. And that way you have a place where you guys can disagree agreeably, right? You can lovingly hate each other on my comment section. And hopefully that will keep you entertained as much as it does me. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every weekend and whenever I feel like it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Ring that bell.